Picture this, a neighbor always smiling, always polite, yet behind that agreeable facade lies a psychopath. Intriguing, isn't it? Now, before your imagination takes you on a wild ride to the plot of a Hollywood thriller, let's reel it back in. In reality, psychopaths are not always the sinister villains we see on the silver screen. They can be everyday people we interact with, like the friendly neighbor who always waves hello, or the charming colleague who's just a bit too good at getting people to do what they want. Psychopathy is a complex topic, one that's often misunderstood and misrepresented. Today, we're going to shed light on this fascinating concept, breaking down the myths and misconceptions, and providing you with the knowledge you need to identify and safeguard against potential threats. So, how can you spot the psychopath next door? Let's delve into it. Psychopathy is not just about violent behavior, it's a complex personality disorder. It's like a twisty labyrinth, where every corner reveals a new facet of the disorder. Picture a charming individual radiating charisma, but beneath that glossy veneer, there's a lack of empathy, a void where the normal human responses to others' emotions should be. Imagine someone who seems to know just what to say to get what they want. That's the manipulative streak, a hallmark of psychopathy. They're like chess players, always 3 moves ahead, using others as pawns in their personal game. And don't be fooled by the superficial charm. It's as fleeting as a summer breeze, there one moment and gone the next when it no longer serves their purpose. These are not qualities that define every person you'll meet, but they are characteristic of a psychopath. Now that we know what a psychopath is, what are the red flags to look out for? Red flags are warning signs that something isn't quite right. Picture this. You've met a charming individual who seems too good to be true. They're charismatic, attentive, and incredibly persuasive. However, beneath this alluring facade often lie the common red flags of psychopathy. Excessive charm, for instance, can be a smokescreen. It's like encountering a salesperson who's a little too eager to close the deal. Then there's the lack of empathy, a classic hallmark. Picture a friend who never seems to be affected by your troubles, or a colleague who appears indifferent to the emotional climate around them. Next, we have manipulative behavior. It's like playing chess with someone who's always 5 steps ahead, subtly steering the game to their advantage. These are just a few of the red flags that could indicate you're dealing with a psychopath. Charming behavior is often the first red flag. Let's delve deeper into this. Ever met someone who seemed too good to be true? Now picture this. You're at a party and someone walks in, charming the room with their charismatic smile, enchanting stories, and an uncanny ability to make everyone feel like they're the most important person in the room. A real-life Jay Gatsby, if you will. This is often the first impression of a psychopath. They're masters at playing the charming character, using their charisma as a tool to draw people into their web. It's not because they truly care about your day or your dreams, but because they're studying, learning your likes and dislikes, your vulnerabilities. Take, for example, Ted Bundy, one of the most notorious serial killers of all time. People often described him as charming, charismatic, and attractive. He used these traits to lure his victims, showing us a terrifying example of charm used for nefarious purposes. But what happens when the charm wears off? Imagine not feeling any guilt or remorse for your actions. Picture this. A friend has just shared a painful experience with you, their eyes glistening with tears, voice trembling. Yet you feel nothing. No urge to comfort, no pang of sympathy. This dearth of empathy, ladies and gentlemen, is a signature trait of psychopathy. Consider the infamous case of the Ice Queen. She, with her icy heart, would throw lavish parties only to spill her guests' darkest secrets for her amusement, leaving them in emotional tatters, all the while basking in their discomfort. Or take the smiling assassin. He'd fire employees with a grin, completely indifferent to their despair. His only concern, keeping his own hands clean. These are chilling examples of how a psychopath's lack of empathy manifests. It's not just about not feeling, it's about using others' feelings as a plaything. Manipulation is another tool in the psychopath's toolbox. Have you ever felt like you were being played like a puppet? Well, psychopaths are masters of manipulation, pulling strings to get what they want. They use a variety of tactics to control and influence others. For instance, consider the classic gaslighting technique. This is when a psychopath deliberately makes you question your own memory, perception, or sanity. They might deny things happened, even when you have clear evidence. Or they may use love bombing, where they shower you with attention and affection only to withdraw it suddenly. This creates a cycle of highs and lows, leaving you emotionally dependent on them. Then there's divide and conquer. They create conflict among people around them to keep everyone off balance and ensure they stay in control. These are just a few examples, and there are many more manipulative tactics out there. It's important to remember these tactics are not normal, and they're not okay. Now that we know what to look for, how can we protect ourselves? Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to psychopaths. Now let's talk about how you can protect yourself. First and foremost, it's crucial to set boundaries. Just as a gardener builds a fence to keep out pests, you too must establish a psychological barrier. This might mean disengaging from conversations that make you uncomfortable, or limiting the time you spend with individuals who exhibit psychopathic traits. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where a boundary has been breached, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can offer valuable advice and coping strategies. They are like the gardeners of the mind, helping you to prune back harmful influences and cultivate healthier relationships. And finally, arm yourself with knowledge. Educate yourself about the signs of psychopathy. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be to spot and avoid potential threats. Remember, it's not about living in fear, but about being informed and prepared. Now let's lighten the mood a bit with some funny anecdotes. Once upon a time, there was a smooth-talking chap named Nigel. Nigel had a knack for convincing people he was an astronaut, quite impressive given his fear of heights and inability to do simple arithmetic. One day, Nigel tried his luck on a real astronaut. Needless to say, his space tales didn't fly. Then there was Penelope, a cunning lass who'd manipulate people into doing her chores. She once convinced her brother that doing her laundry would give him superpowers. Imagine his dismay when the only power he gained was the ability to fold fitted sheets. And who could forget Walter, the office charmer, who boasted about his imaginary adventures with celebrities, until the day he claimed to have shared a cuppa with the Queen, only to be debunked by a co-worker who was a staunch royalist and knew Her Majesty's tea schedule by heart. Humour can be a great tool for coping with difficult topics, but let's get back to the serious stuff. Let's talk about the psychopath disguised as the friendly stranger. Ever met someone who's just a bit too nice? The kind of person who seems to have all the time in the world just for you? It's charming at first, right? But then you notice they're always there, always watching. It's like they've latched onto your life. The overly friendly stranger might not be just friendly, they could be a psychopath. So remember, stay vigilant and trust your gut. Ever worked with someone who seemed to enjoy creating chaos? Meet the office shark. This character thrives on manipulation, deceit, and corporate ladder climbing. Picture this: a co-worker who always seems to land on their feet no matter how much turmoil they cause. Remember that project that went south, but somehow they got a promotion out of it? That's the office shark for you, always swimming, never sinking. So keep those eyes peeled, because you never know when you'll spot the office shark. Social media can be a playground for psychopaths. It's a realm where these master manipulators can craft an alluring persona and pull the strings from behind the screen. They can fabricate tales of grandeur, post heart-tugging stories, and mimic the emotions they lack to reel in their unsuspecting prey. Take, for instance, the case of a well-known influencer who turned out to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, deceiving thousands with a manufactured life. Remember, the internet isn't always what it seems. Be cautious online too. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's like sending a smile our way and ensuring you never miss out on the riveting tales we unravel. Now let's dive back in. Beware of the romantic con artist. Picture a suave, charming individual who sweeps you off your feet. They're the life of the party, the star of your dreams. But beneath the glittering facade, there's a cold, calculating mind at work. These romantic psychopaths use their charisma not out of genuine affection, but as a tool to manipulate and exploit. They're like the legendary siren luring unsuspecting sailors to their doom. So remember, in matters of the heart, always trust your instincts in relationships. To wrap up, remember that knowledge is power. We've peeled back the curtain on the psychopath next door, revealing the telltale signs of their charming behavior, lack of empathy and manipulative tactics. We've painted vivid portraits of the friendly stranger, the office shark, the social media puppet master, and the romantic con artist. We've shared a few laughs along the way, but the underlying message is serious. It's essential to be aware of the red flags and to protect yourself. Don't be lured in by the allure of charm without substance, and don't ignore your instincts. Knowledge, vigilance, and trust in your intuition are your best defenses. Stay safe, stay informed, and trust your gut. That's it for today's video. We appreciate your time and hope you found our insights helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enlightening content. Next time, we'll delve into the art of reading people. Until next time, stay vigilant and take care.
Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.